5 foods neurologists eat for sharp memory. Have you been feeling a little more worried about your memory lately? Maybe you find yourself searching for the car keys you just put down, or you struggle for a moment to recall the name of a familiar face. It's easy to feel anxious and to assume the only solution must be a complicated diagnosis or an expensive new prescription. But what if the secret to a healthier brain wasn't in a pill bottle, but on a simple grocery list? What if the key to a sharper, more resilient mind is hiding in plain sight at your local supermarket? For a long time, the main focus was on medicines. But now, neurologists and brain health experts are turning their attention to one of the most powerful tools we all have for fighting cognitive decline: our diet. Recent studies show that diets high in pro-inflammatory foods, like red meat and processed snacks, are associated with accelerated brain aging. The science is becoming very clear. What we choose to eat every day directly influences how our brains age. Think of it this way. Many of us live with a kind of chronic brain fog caused by our food choices. It's like trying to drive with a dirty windshield. But once you start bringing the right foods into your diet, it's like using the wipers for the first time. You can feel more alert, aware, and focused. Today, we're going to walk through the 5 specific memory-saving foods that neurologists and brain scientists often recommend to keep their own minds sharp. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find ingredients. They're simple, delicious foods you can easily add to your meals, starting today. So, let's build the ultimate grocery list for a better brain. Fatty fish. The first food on our neurologist-approved list is fatty fish. I'm talking about options like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. There's a good reason these are always at the top of every brain health list. To understand why, picture your brain as a complex and bustling city. Nearly 60% of this city's infrastructure is made of fat, and the most abundant fatty acid in the brain is an omega-3 called DHA. You can think of omega-3s, especially DHA, as the master construction crew for your brain cells. They're critical for building the membranes around every single one of your billions of neurons. This keeps the cell walls flexible and strong, allowing them to send messages to each other at lightning speed. When your brain's communication network is running efficiently, your memory, learning, and overall thinking ability improve. But that's not all. One of the biggest threats to an aging brain is inflammation. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire that can damage brain cells. Omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatories that act like a fire department, helping to cool this inflammation down. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease used neuroimaging to show that people with higher levels of omega-3s had significantly better blood flow to the parts of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Eating fatty fish regularly is also linked to having more gray matter, the area that controls memory, emotions, and decision-making. Best use advice. Neurologists often suggest aiming for at least 2 servings of fatty fish each week. A serving is about 3 to 4 ounces, which is roughly the size of a deck of cards. You could grill a salmon fillet for dinner, add some canned sardines to a salad for lunch, or flake mackerel into a pasta dish. Precaution: when choosing fish, be mindful of mercury. Smaller fish like sardines, mackerel, and wild-caught salmon tend to have lower levels of mercury compared to larger predatory fish like swordfish or shark. Do you think adding fish to your plate twice a week is a realistic goal for better brain health? Please hit the thumbs up if you agree, and let me know your take in the comments. Moving on to number 2, we have the champions of the vegetable world, leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. This group includes powerhouses like spinach, kale, arugula, broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. If fatty fish are the brain's construction crew, think of these vegetables as the highly skilled protection and maintenance team. These veggies are loaded with nutrients vital for cognitive function. For starters, they're a top source of vitamin K, which is essential for producing sphingolipids, a special type of fat packed densely into our brain cell membranes that helps with cell signaling and development. Research has linked higher vitamin K intake to better memory in older adults. Then there are the B vitamins, especially folate, which you'll find plenty of in dark leafy greens. B vitamins help break down homocysteine, an amino acid that can damage blood vessels and increase cognitive risks when levels get too high. Finally, these greens are packed with antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene, which shield your brain from the damage of oxidative stress. The evidence for this is stunning. A long-term study from Rush University in Chicago, published in the journal Neurology, followed nearly 1,000 older adults and found that people who ate just one serving of leafy greens per day showed a rate of cognitive decline so much slower that it was equivalent to being 11 years younger mentally. Best use advice: aim for at least one serving a day. To maximize nutrient absorption, try lightly steaming or sautéing them instead of boiling, which can cause water-soluble vitamins like B and C to leach out. A big salad, a side of steamed broccoli, or a handful of spinach in a smoothie are all great options. Precaution: some greens, particularly spinach and chard, are high in oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stones in susceptible individuals. If you are prone to kidney stones, you may want to focus on lower oxalate greens like kale and arugula, and be sure to drink plenty of water. What do you think? Is having a brain that functions 11 years younger worth a daily serving of greens? Tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments below.
Before we move on to our next food, if you're finding this information helpful and you're feeling ready to take control of your brain health, please take a moment to hit that thumbs up button. It really does make a huge difference in helping this video reach more people who might be worried about their memory. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications. We have so much more to share about living a healthier, sharper life, and we'd hate for you to miss it.
All right. Our third memory-saving food is probably the most delicious one on the list: berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries aren't just a sweet treat. They are one of the most powerful brain-protective foods you can eat. The magic in berries comes from their beautiful colors. Those deep reds, blues, and purples are from compounds called flavonoids, specifically anthocyanins. These flavonoids are potent antioxidants that protect your brain from age-related wear and tear by neutralizing harmful agents called free radicals. But flavonoids do more than just clean up. Research shows they can actually improve communication between brain cells, which is the physical basis of learning and memory. One landmark study from the University of Exeter found that older adults who drank concentrated blueberry juice every day for 12 weeks showed improved cognitive function, better working memory, and increased blood flow to the brain. Another study specifically noted improvements in word list recall and learning skills in participants. Best use advice: a single serving is about a cup of fresh berries or a half cup of frozen ones. You can add them to your morning oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or just enjoy a handful for a snack. Don't worry if they're out of season. Frozen berries are just as nutritious and are available all year. Precaution: berries, especially strawberries, can be high in pesticide residue. To minimize exposure, consider buying organic when possible, or wash them thoroughly before eating. given how easy and delicious they are. Do you feel like adding a cup of berries to your daily routine is a no-brainer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Coming in at number 4 is a snack-friendly brain booster, nuts and seeds. Specifically, neurologists celebrate walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds for their incredible concentration of brain-healthy nutrients. First and foremost, nuts and seeds are one of our best food sources for vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects our brain cells from the oxidative stress that contributes to cognitive decline. One major study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, found that a higher intake of vitamin E from food sources, not supplements, was associated with significantly less long-term cognitive decline as people aged. Different nuts also offer unique benefits. Walnuts are especially prized because they're rich in a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid called ALA. Think of it as a helpful reserve to our fish-based omega-3s, providing its own potent anti-inflammatory support for the brain. Almonds are another fantastic source of vitamin E, while pumpkin seeds are loaded with zinc, a mineral that acts like a spark plug for nerve signals, crucial for memory and thinking skills. The general recommendation is to aim for about a handful, or 1 ounce, on most days of the week. To improve digestion and nutrient absorption, you can try soaking raw nuts overnight in water before eating them. This can help reduce phytic acid, a compound that can interfere with mineral absorption. Precaution: nuts and seeds are calorie-dense, so portion control is key. A single handful is a great brain-fueling snack, but overdoing it can lead to weight gain. Does swapping out a processed snack for a handful of nuts seem like a fair trade for protecting your brain cells? Cast your vote, yes or no. And finally, we've arrived at number 5. This food was debated for decades, but modern science and neurologists now confirm its incredible benefits for the brain. I'm talking about eggs. The reason eggs are so powerful for memory is found in the yolk. Egg yolks are one of the richest sources of a nutrient called choline. Your brain uses choline to create acetylcholine, a critical neurotransmitter for regulating both memory and mood. Studies published in journals like Behavioral Neurology have linked higher choline intake to better cognitive performance in older adults. On top of that, eggs are a good source of several B vitamins like B6 and B12, which act as the brain's defense against age-related shrinkage. And now for that bonus I promised you: turmeric. This bright yellow spice contains a compound called curcumin. Curcumin can cross the blood-brain barrier, allowing it to deliver its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects directly to brain tissue. Exciting research from UCLA has shown that curcumin may help the immune system clear away the amyloid plaques that are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Best use advice: to get the most out of turmeric, pair it with a pinch of black pepper and a source of healthy fat. The piperine in black pepper has been shown to increase curcumin's bioavailability by up to 2,000%. And since curcumin is fat-soluble, eating it with fat helps your body absorb it. A great way to combine these is to make scrambled eggs with a sprinkle of turmeric and black pepper. Precaution: while the old fears about dietary cholesterol have been largely reconsidered, individuals with specific health conditions should still consult their doctor about daily egg consumption. For turmeric, while it's safe as a spice, high-dose curcumin supplements can act as a blood thinner and may interact with certain medications. After hearing the science, are you convinced that eggs and turmeric deserve a spot on your brain-healthy menu? Please hit the thumbs up if you agree, and I'd love to know what you think in the comments. So, we've covered the omega-3s in fatty fish that build our brain cells, the protective vitamins in leafy greens and berries that defend our minds, the vitamin E in nuts and seeds that guards our neurons, and the choline in eggs that's essential for memory. But the most important thing to take away from all this is that you are not just a passive bystander in how your brain ages. You are the architect. Recent research confirms that a healthy diet can significantly reduce the risk of cognitive impairment. You have the power to protect and nourish your mind with every meal you eat. This isn't about achieving a perfect diet overnight. It's about making small, consistent choices that add up over time. Adding a handful of spinach to your lunch or swapping a processed snack for a handful of walnuts might seem like a small thing, but these are the very habits that build a stronger, sharper brain for years to come. Your journey to a better memory can truly start with your next grocery list. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods is already a regular part of your diet? And which one are you most excited to start adding in? Let me know in the comment section below. I enjoy reading all your comments and would love to know what you think. If your feet get icy cold, even when tucked under a warm blanket, and if you experience that frustrating tingling, that pins and needles numbness or sharp shooting pains in your legs that turn every step into a chore, please consider watching our next video on the top 5 foods for enhanced leg circulation in seniors.